Yeah. Let's talk a fourth call. It's scary. He's a crack criminal. There's a man selling lies and his name is Dirt. He's a liar and a scammer, he's just the worst. Spewing conspiracy, says Earth is flat, while it's not beliefs or data. What's up with that? Dirt money flooding in real fast. Gotta keep grifting, talks out of his ass. Truth don't matter if the app cash flows. Another day, another sucker, man, that's how it goes. Download my app, yeah, he swears it's great, but it leaks like a scythe. Check your doors and gates, selling snake oil wisdom and shitty memes. But if you question him, he's running from the scene. Oh, the money on a bit of lies. Jury called him out, so he just cut ties. He's cool if the world knows where you live. He don't care about you, 0 fucks to give. He's got his mouth all twisted, claims NASA's fake, but showing real physics, hey, he's the brakes. Don't ask for facts, don't check his math. Just give him your wallet, buy me walk his path. He says, trust me, bro, my app is fine, but there's unhashed passwords, damn, what a sign. He ain't sharing secrets, all his dirt is lame. A con man, douchebag, just playing the game. Oh, dirty money built on fear and doubt. He's just selling you nonsense and cashing out. Truth don't matter, don't ask him why. Flat Earth's just a business, he's milking the lie. Flat Earth app though it uses the globe. Seriously, don't download it, but if you already did, your data is already leaked. Get a refund and leave that shit. What the fuck, damn? Pull it. Don't download Earth's app, don't believe a word he says. Earth is a scammer. Love Dave is a grifter, he's lying to you. Screw Dirt, screw this guy. Hope he gets sued into oblivion to sucks. Fuck you, Dirt, and fuck your app. Data looking, con man, grifting, asshole. Potato looking, con man, grifting, asshole. Potato looking, con man, grifting, asshole. Potato looking, con man, grifting, asshole.
Hey, how we doing, folks? Hello. Welcome to whatever we're going to call where I stream from. It's my lounge room, but I haven't got a name for this place. I used to stream over on Twitch, and the channel's still around, but I'm not going to tell you where it is because it has absolutely nothing to do with debunking or flat earth or any of that nonsense. I used to play Football Manager and pretend to be the coach of soccer teams, and it was awesome. And at that point, I was calling it the DP Dome, but I don't feel like I can use that over here on the YubTubs. So not sure what we're going to do, but I can see we've got a few people in, which is freaking me out. I didn't think anyone would bother, and I'm literally just testing crap out tonight. So most of this stuff is the same stuff I use in my videos, the same sort of elements and whatnot. But basically what I'm doing is just trying everything out and see what's broken and what's not, and where I need to fix things. So that's what we're doing. It's Sunday night, it's public holiday or a bank holiday if you're in England, or whatever Americans call days where they don't have to work because of stuff. For me, tomorrow. So I could sit up late. I'm not going to. I'm only going to stream for maybe about an hour tops while we fiddle around with stuff. And I can show you what all the different screens look like and how this is all functioning. So it's going to be fun. And stuff's probably going to break. As I said in the thumbnail, this is going to be a train wreck. So yeah. We're all going to enjoy. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go over to my just chatting screen, which looks a little something like this. Hey, audio is overdriven. I couldn't see that in the chat because my chat's broken. So that's awesome. Apologies for the overdriven audio. I did crank it up a bit and I shouldn't have, but I kept it in the yellow in the mixer. So it should have behaved. Mid-morning coffee. Welcome, Marketar. Who we got in the chat? These are all names I recognize, which is beautiful. We've got FPVXTC. Welcome along. The Copium Emporium. Good to see you. Andrew Wall is here, and other South Australians represent. We're taking over the debunking space slowly but surely. Marketar is in, stopping in for a mid-morning coffee. and that's everyone who said hi so far. I have put it on subscribers only, not because I'm a monster and I'm trawling for subs, but just because if anybody comes in and they just want to be a douche, they're going to have to wait 5 minutes if they're not already subbed. If you're already subbed, you can be a douche right away. So feel free. But this is our chatting screen. I've got the chat window there. That's probably really hard for everybody to read. Really hard. That's what she said. So I might look at increasing that font size at some point. That's a thing I can do. I can't do it on the fly. Kevin Spanton is in. Welcome along, Kevin. Good to see you. I don't have my chat window in OBS, and that's really annoying. I need to, how do I do that? I've got to go to the stream, don't I? And then I've got to pop it out and grab the linky poo. Let me just do that on my other computer because I'm fancy and I run two. It's not fancy at all. They're both freaking ancient. Pop out the chat. There we go. And actually, I can just have it on that screen, can't I? And then it looks like I'm looking at the chat window there, but I'm not because my camera's flipped. So I'm actually looking this way. Oh, it's movie magic. Can you believe it? This is ridiculous. I don't want top chat. I want live chat so I can see everything. That's all right. Kevin Spanton is the name. Stick to swilling a coffee rather than being a swill. I'm a government swill, apparently, and it's great. I highly recommend it. Yeah, I apologize for that audio. I've been bored, haven't I? Wasn't super bored. So I made the music video for Max for his if your app is leaking data, clap your hands song, and that was really fun. And I've had the urge to do a dirt thing. It's just a little bit more angry. I've really got a bee in my bonnet, having made the last couple of videos about dirt. Yeah, just that guy. I'm not a fan. I don't know if that's come through in videos or not, but yeah, he's not my favorite person. So what I did the whole, generate lyrics, tweak them, whack them through song generators, and it took like 20 attempts to get a track that I was pretty happy with. It struggles to say dearth for some reason. It also struggles to say dirty. So the song is actually called Dirty Money. A little play on Dirty Money. See what I did there? But yeah, it doesn't like saying that. And there's a few other words it didn't like. Had no problem with the F-bombs though. It was loving the F-bombs, which I respect greatly. And I won't generally swear in videos or while I'm streaming, just in case youngins are about. And that's a habit from the aforementioned Football Manager streaming over on Twitch and trying to behave myself. But trust me, when I'm not in this environment, I swear like a sailor. I swore a fair bit on Mike's show when I popped up on the Drunk Debunk show. We had a quick chat. And I think I tried not to when I popped up on Culture Cat stream as well. But yeah, just a thing that I do. So this is our Just Chatting screen. And I don't think it's too bad. If you're watching on a PC, it's probably decent. But yeah, if you're watching on anything else like a phone or anything smaller, it probably sucks. So I will jack up that font size in my downtime. I've got another day off tomorrow, so I can do it then. It's going to be great. What else have we got? I've got a couple of other screens that I have used in the videos. So I won't click on this one. This is the same PC screen. So if I've got something on this machine that I want to show you, I can click on that and it'll come up. But if I do it now, all you're going to see is OBS. Ah, it's gross. So we won't do that, even though I just did it. Made a liar of myself. And then we've got the small screen viewing. So that's a stream over there. I'm just using it to monitor. That's a chat window. Hello, I'm a chat window. Mike does it better. But yeah, and then there's just nothing in the middle of this one. So it's just if we're watching a video, we're popping over to do something else, or we're reviewing something, that'll be down in that corner. I remembered which way to point because I'm a clever duck. And yeah, that's the plan there. And then when we're watching something, it'll look a little something like this, but what you're seeing is the delay, which is brilliant. And look at me, I'm fancy. I've got premium. You know I do. Gorgeous. And that's all the stuff that's popping up in my feed now. A whole bunch of flat earth nonsense and debunking people and a short from Globey McGlodeface from 10 months ago. I've got some catching up to do. So yeah, that's interesting. So that's our viewing screen, a la NC Toon and Craig and co. When we're reviewing something, I'll be down here. That'll be up there. And I'm pretty sure somewhere around here, if we go to elements, no, the chat should be up above me too. Ah, here we go. Boom. Aha. Hey, how about that? I was pretty restrained. Hang on, I can go back to the other screen and read the chat because I need to practice doing that. There we go. Pretty restrained. Subject matter was difficult to look at with a few F-bombs sneaking out. Yeah, of course it was. What's a PB got to say to himself? Between Jerth, Black Soy debate, Oakley, Thompson, and Whitsett, you have justification to be angry. They were all proven scum. Thank you, sir. I agree. I will talk about that actually because I've had some adjustments in my brains, not medically, just in general thought process. Me is in. Hi, me. That's weird to say when you're streaming and looking into a camera because I do greet myself quite often, but that's oddly refreshing. I'll give you a quick look as well at my Be Right Back screen. It's very similar to the countdown at the start. Pay special attention to the text in the top right-hand corner. Here you go. Oh, my mic is still on, so you can hear me. It just says, be right back. Gotta poop. Because I'm 12. That's why. Also, the little bouncy DPD logo, I found a thing that let me create it like the DVD logo from back in the day. So it just bounces around, and I made sure it'll never hit the corner exactly because I'm a monster. So one day I might do a 12-hour stream and just leave that running and drive everybody crazy. That is the plan. Anyway, Lindsay Bird dropped in just to give me a like. I appreciate it. I limp for pity. So thank you for coming along and saying hi, Lindsay. I do appreciate it. It's very cool of you. And I can call me Megan. It doesn't help because I'd just call you me for short. I wouldn't call you Meg because everybody gets Meg. So me, again, I'm confused. I'm confusing myself. I will try and remember. I promise. But I barely remember my name at the best of times. So I make no promises at all. He who shall not be named. There's someone I made a few videos about. Let's get into this and I'll cover it off. And then I won't have to repeat myself until the next time I stream, because this one probably won't be made public because we're just messing around. Nothing's exploded yet. The worst we've had is distorted audio, which is pretty cool. And now I know to play videos on my video page. I just drop the volume a little bit. Sweet. So I made some videos about the challenge from a certain gentleman from England who is an expert in body language, I'm told. And I made a commitment in the last video I made that I wasn't going to talk about him specifically on the channel, and that's not what this is about. Mark Atari is saying he would talk to someone about optimizing my audio, sound processing, and a lot of software has a habit of undoing all of your good work. Yeah, I'd say it was just because I pumped the level up a little bit, and I'm pretty sure I've got my headphones turned down, so that was probably the issue. That if I cranked my headphones, I would have known, like, that sounds awful. But I will check it out. Thank you, because there's probably plugins and stuff I can get for OBS to do it. Right, back to the story. So I'm talking about Steve, and we're not going to talk about Steve specifically, but there was that whole situation. And if you're not familiar with what was going on in that regard, you can go back and watch the videos. They're all there. They're all quite long, and I just don't want to retell the story because I made a commitment in the last video that it wasn't going to be a topic of discussion. Anyway, after that experience, I took it's probably about a week before I put anything else out. And I had a good hard think and a good hard reflect about what I was doing. So, what am I trying to say? So basically, I wasn't happy with the way that whole situation played out on my part. So none of this is a judgment on Craig, FTFE. It's not even a judgment on the person who issued the challenge or anybody else in this content creating space. So I'm not casting any aspersions on anybody else. Everybody is absolutely free to do as they see fit and conduct themselves as they see fit based on their own values, morals, ethics, guidelines, whatever else. I have absolutely no problem with that. And most of you would have seen me around the traps. I'm in everybody's chat all the time. I work from home, so I generally will have streams on in the background. I'll jump in every now and then with a comment, or on weekends or evenings and stuff like that. I don't sit on YouTube all the time, but I do enjoy a lot of the content creators in this space. So that disclaimer, first and foremost, everybody else is great, and I want them all to keep doing what they're doing because they're fantastic. So that's out of the way. But there were a number of comments on the last video from the saga. I'll say his name, and this is the last time it's going to come up. From the Steve saga, it's just going to be easier for my brain. There are a number of comments that really hit home from all different sides of the spectrum. So there were a lot of people who were saying, look, I've had a similar experience to Steve, where a family member's fallen down a rabbit hole, or a close friend, or someone who's really important to these people has fallen into some sort of conspiracy or flat earth or whatever else, and it's had really negative effects, not just for that person, but for the people around them. And that's part of the whole experience that really did affect me quite a bit. And it came out in the video. None of that was planned. None of that was scripted at all. Hey, Dan the Man's in. Greetings, hello. I will catch up on the chat once I get through this, because otherwise I'm never going to get there and I'll be streaming for 6 hours. That's Toon's thing and Craig's thing. It's not a me thing. But there were a bunch of comments that didn't receive the video well, which is absolutely fine. And if you see me in the comments, I don't generally argue with anybody. I value everybody's opinion because I view the comments as legit feedback and a good measure of whether things are hitting the mark or not, rightly or wrongly, because usually comments are a bit of a dumpster fire on the internet. But that's how I'm viewing them for now, until all the crazies find me. So there were a few comments about Steve and him being obviously not quite at the level required for the kind of discourse that I apparently wanted to have. But I watched that video back a number of times. I took a lot of that feedback on board and had a really good hard look at what my part was in that saga. And I really wasn't happy with my own conduct and my behavior, and where I failed to draw certain lines, and a lack of awareness of where I crossed my own boundaries in that. And a lot of it was just getting carried away. The channel was new. That first Steve video got a butt ton of views. The channel blew up a little bit. That was very exciting. Steve tried his rug pull, like, great, more content. Here we go. And then the third one, like, off we go again. But I never actually stopped to think about the potential impact on Steve or his family or anyone else around you, or on my side, that by pouring so much time into this stuff, and I wasn't obsessing over it, but there was a lot of editing and a lot of cutting and a lot of work that was going in. And I wasn't ignoring everybody around me, but it was a lot of time, and I was excited. So I was talking about a lot, and people in my life, my real life, were noticing. But the bottom line is, after that, I took that week or so off before I made anything else, and had a good hard look at and think about what I wanted to do with this channel. I realized I'm doing things a little bit differently to a lot of other creators. It's not just visually with the editing or the sound or whatever else, but the way I'm presenting my stuff, despite some of the feedback saying, oh my God, you talk too much at the start. I like to think it's pretty engaging, and it's drawing people in, and we're building a little audience around here, and I think it's cool. But if that's going to be a thing, then I want to make sure I'm doing something with it. And I made my aims very clear in that last Steve video, that if I can get one person to walk away from Flat Earth or any other kind of conspiracy crap through something I say, that is an absolute win. It doesn't mean if I get word of one person doing it, I'll shut everything down. But like, I don't even have to know about it if that happens. I don't, like, it's not an ego thing. It's really not. It's a human thing and a well-being thing. I studied education back in the day. I studied to be an English teacher and a drama teacher because I wanted to help kids who were the age I was in high school who struggled with a lot of stuff, not just socially, but emotionally and mentally and practically. And I didn't continue teaching because it turns out kids are crap, but that's beside the point. I've also been a pretty creative person throughout my life. I did a lot of theatre. I studied drama at university, a lot of acting, play guitar. So I've jammed with people, never actually played in a band or anything like that. But I'm decent. I'm not a professional musician and I never will be. I'll never profess to be, but I can jam and kind of hold my own without messing up too much. So this whole space sort of scratches all those itches, the educational space, the creative space, some of the musical space, but not so much, but and I guess the performing bug, but also I'm finding it very personally fulfilling in terms of, and it probably sounds really wanky and really up myself, but there's potential in doing this stuff to have some kind of societal contribution. And I see that as something that needs to be taken seriously and a responsibility. That's just me. So all of that in mind, I kind of set an arbitrary rule in my head after all this. If you haven't noticed, I talk a lot, so bear with me. The arbitrary line I drew is that creators like Steve, or people who are putting themselves out there like Steve with 1,000 followers, a couple of hundred followers, or small audiences, the little guys, right? I'm talking about your Mikey Smiths. I'm talking about your Steves and the like. Going after those people is off limits for me. I'm not going to do it. I won't be playing Mikey Smith videos on this channel. I won't be going to Steve's channel. I know he's put another video out because he left a comment on one of mine to tell me it was there. He emailed me about it. I haven't watched it. I'm not going to. I'm not going to give those channels views, and I'm not going to be reviewing their content here. I'm not interested in doing it, and I don't see those people as the kind of people I need to debunk or I need to disprove because they don't have an audience, and to me, they're not doing any kind of real damage. Mikey Smith with his camera taking shitty out of focus videos of stars is not a problem to me because he's not going to turn anybody on to Flat Earth. He's not going to turn hundreds and hundreds of people onto it doing that. Or his singing toe. Yes, exactly. I have no, and it's not because of that. It's because of more valid reasons. But I'm not going to lie and tell you that is not a factor. Welcome along, Timo Lynch. Good to see. So the little guys are not a problem, and the reason why I'm not going to go after the little guys is because they're not the problem. They are the victims. Mikey Smith is a victim. Mikey Smith has been led astray by the absolute crap and nonsense and dirt that people like Adolf Dubé and Dearths and Flatzoid and all the other bigger creators have been spouting and spreading and grifting off, and they prey on people like Steve and like your Mikey Smith. That's who they go after. They go after the vulnerable. They go after people whose judgment is compromised for whatever reason. They go after people who have had a hard life or have had bad experiences, have had things that make them feel like their life is out of control. And by believing or being presented with a worldview that allows them to believe that all these bad things that happen to you, none of it's your fault because they are all against you. Someone else is in control of everything. So nothing bad that has ever happened is your fault. You're right. It is unfair, but you can do something about it by exposing the truth. That's the point. Sorry, I was just checking the chat messages. But again, I'll come back to them. So keep them coming, folks, because I will get there. But I like monologuing. I read a lot of Marvel comics. So, or I read a lot of Marvel comics. I don't do it so much anymore. But the monologues, the villain monologues, the hero monologues are always the best bits. So The little guys aren't the problem. I'm not going after them on this channel. And to a degree, even guys like CC, I'm not interested in CC videos because the guy is clearly not all there and he just talks garbage. Anybody listening to CC and buying into his derp and going, oh my God, you've cracked the case, I'm not going to reach those people. I am not going to convince them otherwise. They're already gone. So what I need to count on in that respect is other people who might be around them or have their ear, maybe getting something into their head that flips them. But your CC followers, done. Your Flatzoid followers, they're gone. Oakley and the like. They're all in it so deep that we're not going to pull them out with anything we do because they don't watch it and they don't care. That was one of the best insights from Jaron leaving the cult. And he said it for a while, but he's saying it more now and it's registering with me that flat earthers don't watch debunking content because they don't want to be debunked. They don't challenge their views. They're not interested in it. But part of the problem is if they do, all they hear is everybody calling them stupid, everybody calling them an idiot, everybody calling them names and making fun of them and making them feel less than. That's what got them into this shit in the first place. It doesn't help. And I'm not going to do that because we're just going to push everybody deeper down the hole. So my take, and if you've been in the comment section and seen me interacting with some of the blurs, some of them are being bots and I didn't realize, I don't go hard at them. I don't argue with them. I just ask them questions and ask them to elaborate because I genuinely want to know where they're coming from. But all of that is to get to the point where I can ask them not what they believe, but why they believe it. And when I say why they believe it, I'm not asking about like what experiences have you had of seeing water find its level or of stars turning this way or that. Like, where were you at in your life when you found this? What was happening to you or around you? Tell me about you as a person and your experience. Because that's what I'm interested in. And for me, that's the avenue I think I can take to maybe get people to start thinking about things differently. Because arguing with them and being adversarial and being aggro and nasty, it's not really my style. And as Kat's put it to me, and he's put it to a few other people, you will catch more flies with honey than vinegar. And bless your flies, particularly vinegar inclined. I'm sure they're out there. They must exist. Some people don't like drinking soft drink. I imagine flies are very, very similar, but I don't have any quantifiable data to back that up. It's an unsubstantiated claim. Don't call me out on that. Don't really know the dietary habits of flies, but they do like poop. So there is that. Anyway, that aside, guys like Dearth, guys like Dubay, guys like Flatzoid, guys like Nathan Oakley, people who put this shit out there and profit from it and encourage people to donate and pay the money, who sell apps and don't give a shit about people's personal safety or well-being or personal identifiable data or bank account details, people who sell books talking about how Hitler wasn't that bad and how Jews are shit and it's anti-Semitic and just gross and disgusting. All of them are fair game. All of them. Every single one. And I've started with Dearth because, frankly, the guy is just ripe for the comedy picking. He's being hilarious because he's such a piece of shit. And that's why I picked him first. And because of all the app stuff going on at the moment, it's fertile ground. So that's where I've kicked off the new attitude. The idea is to do kind of a 3-part series, and I'm working on the 3rd video at the moment. And that's part of what the music video was I played before. And I will play it again later and see if we can get the volume right. But those guys are the problem because they are actively evangelizing and recruiting and trying to suck more people in. And Dave Weiss, I find particularly abhorrent. Flatzoid sucks, okay? And he had a big end to last year with all of his final experiment stuff, most of which he stole from Nico and just ran with it, which doesn't matter because everything Nico said was insane and crazy anyway. But like, his audience has grown a bit, but he's not making that much more money. He just sits in his echo chamber with PJ and Solve, and we've all tried to watch their streams, and you can't get through one. And if you have sat through an entire stream of Flatzoid and Co, get help. Help is available to undo that damage, because I guarantee you have killed parts of your brain that didn't need to be dead by sitting through that. And I'm truly sorry you felt the need to endure it, but please don't do it. The highlights packages that other people put together are more than enough. We are trained professionals here in the debunking space. We've got all of NASA HR, we've got all the resources of CIA and the Freemasons and the Tupperware Company at our disposal at all times. So we have that emotional support and electroshock therapy to deal with the damage that a full Flatzoid stream can do. You don't have to go through that, okay? And you don't have to go through it alone. So I just want to make that abundantly clear. But the lies he tells are completely unacceptable, and I will not stand for it. He deliberately misrepresents other people's positions. He deliberately misrepresents what other people say, i.e. his attacks on Will Duffy, his attacks on Toon, his attacks on Mike from the Drunk Debunk Show. I'm not having any of that shit. And if they want to do it, I'm coming for them. And they don't have to be afraid of that. I'm a small creator. I don't have 50,000 subs like Craig. I don't get out and debate. And no, I'm not going to jump into their Discord and go in and start calling them names. But I will make really funny, really engaging videos that expose their hypocrisy and their bullshit for everybody to see. And the way I do it, I'm hoping in some form will appeal to flat earthers so they'll see it too. That is the goal, to get their audiences smaller. So that's Flatzoid. Dearth I just want to take down. Dearth, I'm really, really hopeful that the GDPR absolutely ruins him. I don't want any ill to befall his family, like wife, daughter, anybody else, anyone who's not proselytizing this crap out in public. Don't care. That's not the problem. But Flat Earth Dave needs to stop it. I've watched so many of his presentations over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and the way he does it, whether you realize it or not, and I'm trying my best to highlight it, and I'm getting close to nailing it, but it is so nefarious and so disgustingly evil that if I can do anything at all to stop it, I absolutely will, because it's gross. It is absolutely gross. And it makes me physically sick to know that a high school invited that asshole in and let him speak to 3 classes of kids. And he's got it on his YouTube page. Like it's a badge of honor that he got to do that. It isn't the win you think it is, Dave. It makes you an absolute piece of shit that you would even accept an invitation for that, if it was an invitation. Because I wouldn't put it past Dave to be the one pursuing that kind of thing. But regardless, they let him in, he did his thing. Most of those kids wouldn't have taken it on board, but he had at least 2 or 3 in the 3rd session of that said they were going to get his app. And when he repeated the most disgusting claim that he makes that drives me crazy, that nobody died on Challenger, you hear a kid, he must be like 16, 17 years old. He goes like, what? Nobody died? Like he's buying it. And that is bullshit. And that's the kind of crap I will not sit by and let ride, because it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. If people did that to his family, he'd sue. It's gross, and I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Oakley's just a monster. He's just a horrible, horrible person. He really is. I'm never going to Oakley's server. I don't want to listen to his crap. I've played one, maybe two of his videos on my computer, and I feel like I need to remove the hard drive and all of the RAM and just like flush the thing out to disinfect it from that experience, just to get like a couple of clips for something. I can't even remember what I was doing. But yeah, the angle I want to take with Oakley, he's one of these Earth measures flat people. Can't look at the sky to determine the shape of the ground. Earth measures flat. That's all we need. Expect me to take that angle with him and just prove that, yeah, it's not in flat. It's not. And yeah, illusion for somebody who likes to talk so much about how Earth measures flat. He's got a real predilection for balls too. Ugh. Because he sucks and he's gross and he's got his little church service that he holds and it's mental, absolutely mental. And anybody new hearing that and buying into it, we've all got to do a bit to keep them away from that because it sucks. And then as for Eric Dubay, did anybody see Bob the Science Guy's video, his live stream about Eric Dubay and his little pity party because everyone's calling him a shill? That was pretty funny. I didn't get all the way through it, but also, you know, screw Eric Dubay big time. Everybody's gone over his 200 proofs and debunked all of them. I have plans. I don't think it'll be straight after I get done with the Dave Weiss stuff. I think it'll be probably the third thing I go after. But yeah, Dubay's on the hit list. But the other thing I would like, and not necessarily right now in the chat because I won't keep it and I won't remember anything. If there's any other bigger flat earthers with a decent sized audience who are potentially convincing or have the potential to suck people in and, you know, negatively impact people's lives, who are just being curious and asking questions, I would love to get an email. It'll be in the description of all the videos and it's on my YouTube About page. Shoot me an email, let me know who they are, or find me on Discord. I'm usually hanging out in Mike's Discord, Mike over IP, Drunk Debunk Show, because I'm too lazy to set up my own, so I'm just going to leech off his. Mark Sargent, yes, is a good shout. Thank you, Megan. Or Megan, I don't know how you'd like it pronounced. I'm going to go with Megan, and apologies if that upsets you. Yeah. So that's the plan. And that all of that has come from that Steve experience. I don't care. I won't say I don't care about small creators. I do. I care about them in the sense that I want to get the big creators out of the way and to stop feeding them lies that they can repeat. The lies are the problem. The deceit is the problem. The dishonesty is the problem. All of that being said, I don't want to have a conversation with Flatzoid or Flat Earth Dave or Debate or any of that. I want to have conversations with their victims, and I don't want to debate them. I don't want to argue with them about the shape of the earth. I don't want to sit there and have them raise points and try to debunk them because everybody else does it and everybody else does it better than I would, quite frankly. I just want to have a chat. Like I said, I want to ask them about where they were at when they fell down the rabbit hole. And I want to ask them, what do you need to get out of it? Or what would it take? And if I've got to do it one flat earther at a time, I absolutely will. But I reckon taking that route, asking them, well, what would it take for you to give up this belief? If they can answer me that honestly, and it's about building up the trust and building up a rapport to get there, they can answer that question honestly, I will give it every effort I've got to meet that requirement. And we all know some of them will just be dishonest. They'll put something out there and say, I need this, that would get me out. I'll go out and find it, present it to them, and they'll not are it. That's bound to happen, and I'm prepared for that. But on the off chance that somebody honors what they've said, I think it's worth a shot. So that's where I'm coming at it from. I'm not going to get into debates with people or arguments or any of that crap. No interest in doing it whatsoever. I get smashed. I don't want to debate. I don't know all of the science off the top of my head. I don't know all. I'm awful at geometry. Like, Toon blows my mind when he's doing that stuff. And he's doing like high school level geometry, and I can't follow it. I understand it, but I can't apply it on my own. And I have thought about actually doing geometry and taking a course and getting myself up to speed, but don't have the time and I can't be asked. I'm very lazy. So I'll stick to changing guitar strings. But yeah, that's where that's at. So hopefully that wasn't too boring to sit through me just ranting and raving about stuff I've had in my head for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. But I'm just going to scroll up through the chat now and see what I've missed. Also, I'll let you know. Oh, and this is exciting. So before I go through the chat, everybody who's here who's ever watched one of my videos or a clip or anything else, thank you sincerely. I really, really do appreciate it, because I'm a little bit ADHD, obsessive, very excited about the channel because I've been having a lot of fun. And I basically sit there and watch the view counter go up all day, every day. That's not true. I don't do that. But yesterday, everything ticked over, and I have hit a while ago, I hit the number of subscribers I need, but I've also hit the number of watch hours I need to be able to do things like channel memberships and to enable super chats and the super likes that nobody uses on videos, and external links was sort of like the first part of the YouTube partner program, which is nuts and crazy. So I have put through the application stuff to do that. It's all in motion. I don't know how I'm going to set it up yet, but I think I'm going to take a leaf out of Dave McKeegan's book. And initially, we're just going to have one tier of membership, and it'll be as low as I can possibly set it. Whatever the minimum is, it'll let me do, which I think is $1. That's where it'll be. And then I just have to name it. So I don't know what that's going to be. It won't be DP or DPer or DP lover or anything like that. There are moments when people use DP in chats where I regret my life choices in terms of how I named the channel, because everybody has to talk about DP a lot. So in that sense, maybe I should debate people like Jim Bob and Andrew Wilson, because they'd hate it having to call me DP all the time. It's like, well, you seem to have DP on the brain. That's not very moral and ethical of you, is it? Ho, ho, ho. Cheap laughs. But yeah, so again, thank you for that, because that's very exciting and very, very cool. Extra exciting because I had another YouTube channel for about 14 years, and that's where all my old Football Manager content went, and I didn't even crack 200 subscribers on that. Over 14 years. Granted, I only really put effort into it since like last October, and then they cancelled FM25 and it all just sort of died in the ass. But I've gone from absolutely nothing, brand new channel back in January to now early March, and it's already monetized, which is nuts. It was like 35 days or something stupid. So to everybody who's given any kind of support, commented, watched stuff, shared it, anything like that, you're epic, and it matters to me. So thank you. Honestly, really, truly, it's not just lip service. Thank you. It's very cool. The other thing I want to cover up before I go through the chat, apparently, and I don't have confirmation of this from Senior Toon, the voting videos for the Top Left Awards 2025 are going live on Tuesday. I believe they get hosted on Toon's channel and on Craig's channel. So I don't get to host it here, which is really disappointing, because as captain for Team Nico, for King Nico. So you all have to vote for King Nico for top left by watching the video and liking it and adding like 30 or 40 sock accounts to also like it because it's worth 10 votes each. I'm not going to give any spoilers and I'm not going to give any sneak peeks, but what I will tell you, it's absolutely nobody knows what to expect from the King Nico voting video. And it is one of the best things I have ever cut together, edit-wise. And you will not believe what is in it. It is absolutely insane. That's all I'm going to say. That should be out in the wild this week. And it is killing me that I've had to wait so long for people to see it because it was ready like 2 weeks ago. It is absolutely ruining me. But yeah, I cannot wait for everybody to see this video. If you watch that video and it doesn't get you talking, or it doesn't have you answering or asking at least a couple of questions, then I've done something wrong. That's where I'm at. Right, back to the chat. Where was I up to? I'm going to scroll past Enderman talking about the singing toe because blah. Drama experience from Mark Guitar explains how come I deal so well with the drama queens at the top of the flat earth tree. I mean, I don't really deal with them. Like, none of them know I exist. And I'm not, like, trying to get eyes on me at the moment. But, you know, the baby flirts and religion flirts and everybody else who pop up in the comments, like the moon video that I made about sending flat earthers to the moon. I think I say flat earther like maybe 3-4 times in that video. Dude comes in, leaves one comment, Earth is flat. Like, not even what this video is about. You haven't even watched it. Like, who cares? But, you know, thanks for the comment because engagement helps. It's great. I made When the Dragon Shed a Tear with Steve video, and that was the reason I subbed to you. I guarantee I cried more than you after the fact. It wasn't all on camera. But no, I'm glad that it resonated with people in different ways. Some people it upset. Some people it like fired something up in the heart, which is cool. Some people it made angry, and it made them angry at me for making it. And that's fine too. Like, all of them are valid reactions. All that feedback was important. But it got people thinking. After we get through all the chat messages, I'm going to talk about that more too. Bobby's glad that I mentioned Mikey Smith. Some people should be off limits. Yes, I agree. And the Mikey stuff, I think there was a stream a few months ago. I think it was pre-TFE, Final Experiment, when Toon had Mikey on and someone said something in the chat and it just like instantly set Mikey off. And it was at that moment I was like, I don't want to watch stuff with this guy anymore. It doesn't feel right. And it hasn't since. Megan saying CC, bless his heart. CC simply a simpleton from Dan the Man. Yeah. Like, I don't care what CC's got to say. Like, Creaky and everybody else have got that covered. I don't need to go there. FPVXTC saying Dave Weiss is also mentally challenged and just talk nonsense. I'll cover it in a video. I don't think Dave Weiss is all there, but I don't think he's all not either. I think there's parts of this conspiratorial mindset that he definitely believes, but I don't think flat Earth is part of it. Timo Lynch, for reasons I don't quite understand, YouTube is now unsubscribing 4 times from this channel. I think YouTube's trying to hide the truth of Australia not being... Shut up, man. Sent you that email in secret. I can't let everybody know. I'm just sitting in the basement under Big Ben in England. Although this accent is really hard to maintain, I'd much rather just slip into my Scouser speak. So, Dave Weiss is dangerous. I absolutely agree, gentlemen. The fact that we know flat earthers aren't the richest people in the world, and he wants them to kick off their engagement with him for $3 is awful. And then if you want to use all the features of the app and, make sure he can leak all of your data to the rest of the world, it's $11 for that privilege as well. That's US. That's like $8,000 Australian, because exchange rates are stupid. Ren thinks CC is a fake flat earther and just a comedy genius. Part of me hopes that is true, but I know it's not. I think he is not acting, because nobody's that good of an actor. I'm not sure what Megan agrees with, but I agree too. Whatever it was, I hope I haven't just become an Avon salesman. Dave Weiss is a snake oil salesman. He absolutely is. I too cringe at the personal insults from both sides. I watched Max's debate today with Jim Bob, and Jim Bob mocking Max's accent. I thought it was the dickest of dick moves, and I lost all respect for him just by doing that during a debate. It's a debate. You can be civil, you can be human, you can treat people with respect. The fact that he didn't do that, fuck that guy. No flies on me. Nope, because I have torched this place with fly spray earlier today. It's been really hot. Bobby totally agrees. Challenge grifters, not the victims. Thank you. I concur. According to flat earthers, you can't spell earth without flat. From Joshua D. No idea who you are, sir. But, yep, can't spell earth without flat. I studied English, so I can confirm that that is absolute nonsense. Flies are attractive shit. Exactly. Hope someday I get to meet Ranty. That would be epic. I've heard a lot about Ranty and haven't watched a lot of stuff involving Ranty. But yeah, everything I hear has been great. So I'd be up for a chat with Ranty anytime. Don't forget the Illuminati. Never do. I've got my Illuminati meeting in the morning. On a public holiday, I've still got to go in. Crazy. Just watching Catsoid and Critical Think set me off. CT is great. And for Catsoid is absolutely the opposite of that. And yes, the Catsoid and Will Duffy was fully cringeworthy. But Duffy dropping in and asking, how do we get to the South Pole? Oh, that is one for the ages. Just like Will Duffy, okay? I don't care if he's a young Earth creationist or not. And all the people with a massive bee in their bonnet about it, chill the hell out. Who the hell cares? That's his religious belief. And that has no bearing on the flat Earth debate whatsoever. He's on the right side of that one. So let's just start there on common ground. All these people who just want to wait. He's against flat Earth, whatever. He's a young Earth creationist, so now we must fight. No, we must not. Because he's not going to fight you on it. He's made his position very clear, I think, a couple of times now. It's not a topic that he's interested in debating or discussing with you, or anyone for that matter. So who the hell cares? Let's deal with the flat Earth thing, because we can all get on board with that and do it together. And I think he's shown over the last 6 to 8 months, he's a pretty great ally to have in that particular fight. So I have no issue with it. The way he was able to shine a spotlight on the utter dishonesty and BS of Flatoid and Friends, which sounds like the worst kid show ever after Wits at the Platypus, was just next level. It was great. Watching for Catsoid usually makes my milk go off. It upsets puppies too. More cringe than Duffy versus Nathan Thompson. What an irrelevant piece of crap that dude is. How he should never have crawled out from under the rock he was under. He should have stayed on TikTok. Oakley is the ball lover. I'd already covered that one. Yes, Oakley really is a disgrace for humanity. Agreed. Oh, I scrolled too far. We scrolled too far. Earth is flat. I scrolled too far. Where am I? Crap. Yep, there we go. Dave Weiss plays the same game as other science deniers from 2 million to try to pick scientific evidence that is intuitive, field or motion. Throw out 100 claims a minute. Yes, absolutely, Timo. You're a wise man, despite what Kat says about you. I agree. Dave Weiss wasn't real happy when MC2 found his daughter's phone number instead of Dirth's. Yeah, and that was totally accidental. And that night when Dirth's daughter picked up, I wasn't comfortable with that exchange. Not the exchange. It sounds like I'm saying Toon was creepy. Not at all. Like, no. I think Toon did the right thing. I think it just caught him off guard. He was like, I need to remove myself from this situation immediately because this is not cool. Because if someone did that to Toon's daughter, he'd be pissed. If someone did it to my daughter, I'd be on a warpath. So I can understand that, but I don't for 1 second think it was deliberate. He absolutely was not trying to talk to Dirth's daughter. No way. So yeah, I get why Dave would be pissed about it. But Dave, you never answer your phone. You should answer your phone and just have a conversation. Because that on a Toon stream would be really funny. I want to watch it. So don't let your daughter pick up the phone. You get there first. They're all cults. Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure about the spelling on that one, Mark. It's close. I know that much. Go either way. Megan was throwing out Mark Sargent as a target. Yes, absolutely. I had an interaction with Mark Sargent in Jaren's first stream post cult exit. I'll talk about that shortly too. So much for me only going for an hour. We're hitting an hour now. Flurf grifters are cult. Damn, what a threat. Megan, there we go. All right, Megan, you're on. Got it. No wonder you Aussies so good at debunking. Being upside down improves the flow of blood to the brain. It does. Plus, we can drink booze upside down as well, and that's a kick-ass party trick. Oh, could we go to Melbourne and get Simon Mapp to reprogram him? He's one of Oakley's. Tim Ellen's just typing upside down, which does break my brain. But I appreciate the effort. Illusion got here late, but what he caught was good. Excellent. You said that Dario is better than Mass. I actually have been using Ernie ball strings, which Oakley would love, for the last couple of years, and I really like them. But prior to that, it was always Dario, and I may put some Darios on one of my axes the next time I need to change strings. We need a sneaky preview. Can't do it. It's like 48 hours away, and I can't show anything from the voting vid because I just can't. It's too good. And I so want to. You have no idea. I was going to vote for Lord Jamar, but Lord Jamar doesn't even have a team captain. Why would you vote for that clown? He's just vanished anyway, so who cares? Mark says, I'm thoughtful, thorough, and the opposite of a wanker. What is the opposite of a wanker? I don't know. And it's hard because being an Australian, wanker is also a revered term of endearment amongst, your nearest and dearest. So, by the way, we get a lot of insights if you had a conversation with Ranty. I would love to have a conversation with Ranty. Absolutely. But I understand if he's not up for it because he's had so many of them. And I imagine that's really hard for people like Ranty or Ranty 50 or even Jaren now. Like, not that everybody wants a pound of flesh, but everybody wants those insights. Everybody wants to have the conversation and just be like, dude, what is your experience? What is going on? And then for someone like me who's coming into it quite late, that, they're kind of part of the law at this point. That, these are people that were in and left and were ostracized, and they've all kind of moved away from that space, more or less. Not all of them. But it's been good seeing See Truth, Speak Truth pop up of late, which I think is cool. And I've watched all the exit interviews with Craig and other people. So yeah, but I'd love to have a convo with them. Yeah, it was on the stream with Kat. Yeah, he just not the crazy stuff. Thanks, Timo. High profile ex-flat earthers might help. Yeah, I don't even need high profile. I would really like to have a chat with Jaren though, and I was thinking about reaching out, but I've never had any kind of interaction with him. I know he's watched a couple of my videos, which is pretty cool. But obviously he's been pulled from pillar to post of late. And I've just got too much respect. for what he had the balls to do. B, the way he's come out swinging in terms of speaking to his audience specifically and putting his hand up and saying, I was wrong, and making the effort to help correct that. I know he's still wrapped up and still has some pretty conspiratorial beliefs, but the fact that he's out there with a camera filming rocket launches, he wouldn't have done that 12 months ago. He wasn't doing that 12 months ago. Wouldn't have bothered doing it now, and I think it's cool. I'd love to have a conversation with him, mostly about death. Is the reason why, because I'm working on that stuff at the moment. But A, I don't want to get Telegram. I've got too many apps as it is. B, not really sure how to get in contact with him. And C, he's doing a lot of stuff. He's got his own stuff going on. So yeah, I'm not going to add to his pressure. Where are we at now? Timo visited SCSC, still good too. Awesome. Him and his wife flying over. Lovely. I did hear that he got hitched and stuff, which is wicked. Love it. DP Debunks Secret HQ. Would that be a suggestion for what I call this place? It might still wind up being the DP Dome, and then I just change this. Do you like this background for the camera? It's kind of new, but it's got a globe happening. Look at me. I'm Dave Wise. Look here. Look here. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. I'd rather have an animated one, but it's not. I dig it. I think it's rather striking, is my opinion. But yeah, if we go with DP Dome, then maybe I'll have like a dome shaped structure. I did have a DP Dome for the Football Manager streaming back in the day. I say back in the day like it was years ago. I was doing it up until like a week before I started this crap. Duffy knows how to debate. Yes. He asks questions close, can't always answer. He answers them the questions they can't answer because he's got them cornered. He knows what their answer is going to be, and he's got the next question ready. It's beautiful to watch. Yes, he keeps them on topic, and yep, backs them out to the corner. They can deflect, but when they deflect, they reveal the dissonance and the dishonesty, and it's amazing. Convince CC is just put on too ridiculous and over the top. I think the wife video in particular exposes that. No, she's genuinely pissed because she puts up with that every day. That's my read. They're not all in on it. And the fact that CC puts his stuff out all the time, it's consistent. He doesn't break. And for anybody playing a character to have been doing it for as long as he has and to be doing it that consistently, I don't believe it's an act. I wish it was, but I don't believe it is an act. That's just me. But granted, I don't watch a lot of CC content, mostly just what other people cover from time to time. So I'm not the expert, but that's just my take from what I've seen. And I'm not interested in watching more to find out if I'm right or wrong. Yes, let Duffy be the science denier he is, but yeah, I'm not going to go there because the young earth creationist thing, I don't care. I don't care. I know a lot of people, and I have a lot of really good friends who go to church and do all that stuff. I don't do that because personally, like, I've got enough imaginary friends as it is. I don't need another one. But how old they think the earth is? Do I think young earth creationism is dumb? Yeah, 6,000 years, stupid. Like, no, doesn't do it for me. Does it for them? Fine. Does it affect my life at all? No. And they're not the kind of people who will stand on a street corner screaming at everybody else, trying to convince them they're wrong and telling them they're going to hell because they believe in evolution or whatever else. They're not those people. Again, pick your targets. Pick your targets. Will Duffy is not on the internet using his platform from the final experiment to bring people around to young earth creationism. And if you think he is, you need to watch more content and check your bias at the door because he's not doing that. What he does in his church, I don't know because I don't go to his church. That's between him and his congregation. I don't care. But if he's going to talk about young earth creationism anywhere, doing it within a church is where it should be happening because that's where it belongs, not anywhere else. But I don't care if Will Duffy's a young Earth creationist. I care more if people think DC superhero movies are better than Marvel superhero movies. Like, that's the debate I'd be more inclined to participate in. What does DP stand for? For your channel, not the other thing. Exactly. My username for years, I might tell this story now and then never tell it again and never release this. So this will just be for all the people who are here right now. It's not that hard to find out. It's a quick Google search. My username was Deadpool_2028 for ages, or on Twitch, here on YouTube, a whole bunch of places. So the DP debunks just came from the DP Deadpool fan. And for the record, this is a really hipster douchebag thing to say. I've been a Deadpool fan for a long, long time, since way back when I was in high school. So not just with the movies, long time before the movies. I remember the first rumors of a Deadpool movie back when they were making like Blade. There were grumblings of an X-Men movie, and Ryan Reynolds was rumored to be wanting to do it way back then. And it took like 10 years for that to come to fruition. But yeah, long-term Deadpool fan from all the way back, New Mutants days and X-Force and all that. So yeah, I've got like my computer desk mat is Deadpool themed. I've got a shelf over there that's full of Deadpool stuff that you can't see because I've got a background. Yeah, so that's what the DP stands for. Deadpool debunks. There you go. Yeah, Duffy refused to back his belief in YC. Exactly. Like, even he's like, I don't fucking know. Why take him to task? Deutsche Post, German postal service. Damn it, Timo, stop giving everything away. God, I'm gonna have to. It's like I downloaded friggin' Durst app. Timo is my flat Earth sun and moon. Timo Lynch is German for flat Earth sun and moon map. We all like that tonight. Where are we? Shit. There we go. There's a reason tuning Craig streams last that long. We're just that engaging. Yes. Oh my God. If you have not been in a Friday night stream with Mike from the Drunk Debunk show, you've got to come to the next one. The viral ghost videos debunking stream. It is the most fun you can have with your pants on or off for the last few weeks. But holy shit, it is fun. Get into it. So the Bobby, yeah, it's not me. I believe the Earth is globe. I'm not passionate about it. Awesome. Me neither. Really? It just is. But I don't like people talking shit about where I live. They need to write books, Jerry. Yes, or just one book altogether. I've got a really good book from one of my favorite guitarists, Ash Grunwald. Check out Ash Grunwald. I will drop a link somewhere at some time. I'm going to actually investigate and get him the rights or a license for a couple of his songs so I can use them on streams because he's amazing. How he quit alcohol. Very cool. But he wrote another book about being a musician and surfing, and he interviewed a whole bunch of people like Kelly Slater and all these other. Really, really cool. That just made me think of that. Totally irrelevant, but yes, book-wise, they totally should. Setter Ernie's Finest, 1256. Nice. Dario 10s. I'm all 10s for me, maybe 9s if I'm feeling really lazy. A quick Google search claims the antonyms for wanker are saint, angel, dream, or gem. I'm not sure how that makes sense. I don't know either. That was clearly written by an Australian or an expat living in England. Anonyms, not antonyms, is my guess. Annies, aunties, all the relations, they're all fine. Apparently, Noakley is writing a book. Yeah, there should be laws against that. Is it just like a kid's book, so I can just put like slap on every page? Anti. Poor Megan. General was worthwhile spending the money, but with slap, Darth Vapor. I like that illusion. Pissing it up the wall. And just sleeping it down the drain as well. Catsoid has no chance at top left. For Catsoid's probably going to win it. Some though, Charles Arnold. Seriously, Some's not going to win it. He's too old. He's too old, man, and way too racist. Like, nobody even wants to vote for some, or sort of ironically, like, he's just gross. He's just gross. But I've got a feeling Mike's video is going to be exceptional. So I'm very much looking forward to that one seeing the light of day. It's his that I want to see most. A close second to I want to see the King Nico video out in the wild. Anagrams, let it go, man. Too many and everything's. Witzer, most expensive baggage to Antarctica ever. Agreed. He was on my hit list, but he's fallen off it because he's gone really quiet. And I think Toon called it. I'm still waiting for him to just flip to geocentrism. Geocentrism is the word I was trying to say. Words is hard. He's done with flat Earth. He's done. That streamer here is like, yeah, it's not flat after all. What an absolute pillock he is. Don't think it was a waste of time sending Widget there. He's been ostracized from the community and is now being called a shield. So there's some good. Yes, absolutely. He's been taken down a number of pegs, and I've been enjoying that. The Chong looking King Nico Bowl Show been sub to CC for 2 years. CC is really damaged. Agreed. Megan's still talking about anagrams or antelopes. Yep, if he believes in yep and doesn't put it on other people, who cares? What I heard with Duffy is Tuesdayist. Since the universe was created old, so the age is unknowable, useless, get into it. Exactly. Like, what a boring conversation to have. Like, as long as Will doesn't think, man, walk with dinosaurs. But we did walk with dinosaurs, Charles. Kidding. They walked with us. So he says, why I should start a debunk channel. It would get 50k. She would get all of the subs. All of them. I would absolutely sub to Mrs. CC. Every debunker in the world would sub to Mrs. CC, and all of you would sub to Mrs. CC, and that would upset Mr. CC nowhere end, because you'd have a bigger channel than him, and all she has to do is the Bart Simpson pop up once a week and just go, idiot, and we would all love it forever. She'd be monetized in 48 hours. It'd be massive. Simulation theory, unfalsifiable, therefore irrelevant. Yes, it's just a fairy tale. I agree. Ryan Reynolds is awesome. Noah and the Flood, surprising for Will. I mean, he's a pastor. Like pastor, not pastor, as in Will Duffy doesn't resemble pastor at all, but pastor is what he is because he took over the church. So, you know, I think you'd be hard pressed to find, and I'm sure they exist, but I think you'd be hard pressed to find someone leading a congregation in a church who was like, the flood, Noah, nah, it's all crap. Like, there's a level of buy-in. And again, like, that particular fairy tale doesn't faze me. I wasn't there. Like, does it affect my life now, whether or not it happened? Nope. 4:45 a.m. for Megan. Oh my God. That is insane. It's 10:19 p.m. here. Dictating a book, Oakley kept No, it's an illusion. Tyson Dog hopes I'm not being affected by the flooding caused by the X-cyclone. I am not, and we are going to play with this screen because I can show you why. Let's go to Googly Earth. Let's have a geography lesson. Explore Google Earth. Okay, let's go over to viewing. There's Google Earth. Get started, whatever. Is this where I want to be? I just want to explore Earth. There we go. Right, let's find Australia. Where do I live? Oh my God, we don't exist. There, right. This is Australia, which actually does exist. It's a real place. I lived there. So the tropical cyclone, or ex-tropical cyclone Alfred, that you may have heard about semi sort of recently and whatnot. What is, no, I don't want to do that. Stop, shut, dismiss is what I want to click on. Right, thank you. Okay, see my little guy? Little Deadpool. There you go. Is over here. So we got Queensland, New South Wales is over here, Victoria's down here. There's Tasmania, which no one cares about. Kidding. Northern Territory is up here. South Australia, which is my home state, and then Western Australia is over here, and the borders are all weird. So I live in this bit, South Australia. I'm like over here-ish. This is Kangaroo Island. That's where all the kangaroos plot our downfall. This is my hometown and where I live, Adelaide. That is like the city right there. It's nothing. It's tiny. It's dumb. But I'm out like this way near the beach. The freaking beachy Roonies. I'm not going to show you where I actually live because that would be insane. What's that? Is that Henley? Yeah, that's Henley Beach. Henley Beach is really nice. There's Henley Square. Nice and grassy. We've got a jetty there. Blah, blah, blah. Very, very cool. So I live around there somewhere. Near the beach in Adelaide. Brisbane is up here somewhere. That's Stratty. Can I have some layers, please? Names of stuff, because I'm getting lost. Borders, labels, places, and roads. Yeah, that'll work. Hey, there we go. Huzzah. Where are you hiding, Brisbane? That's Rockhampton. We've gone too far. This looks more Brisbane-y. Yeah, nailed it. Big jam. So Brisbane's right there, and the cyclone was like coming in here, and it started doing loop-de-loops and all kinds of craziness, and was expected to make landfall like somewhere around here, but it decided it was done being a tropical cyclone. Gave itself a sea change, no pun intended. Became an ex-tropical cyclone, so the winds died down, but there was still like a lot of potential damage. Problem now is just flooding because Brisbane is part of a bay. There's Moreton Bay and these islands, and then Brisbane, you can see this river right here. This thing, when it floods, causes all sorts of problems, and there was a flood probably about 10 years ago. And I was working in the CBD in Brisbane, surrounded by a river. That's the river. I lived on this side of the river. I worked on that side of the river. I had to leave work early one afternoon to make sure I could get across this bridge to get home, and I made it by about an hour. The bridge wasn't closed, but the rest of the city was, and this stadium, Suncorp Stadium, where I used to go and watch football matches, was underwater, and there was a dude canoeing in there, going in and out of the soccer goalposts, and I'll always remember that. But most of this area was underwater for a couple of weeks. It was crazy. So there you go. True story. Back to the chatting screen. Right, where did I put the chat? I've lost it. I've lost my plot. There we go. Oh my God, this is taking forever. Maybe I'll never turn super chats on. Where the hell am I now? So yes, thank you for the thought, Tyson Doc. I am fine. My kids were up in Brisbane, and they are fine as well. They slept through the worst of it. Nobody got wet, no damage for any of my family or friends up there that I know of. So yes, all good. But thank you for asking, and thank you to everyone in the chats as well, who's been checking in and asking. Very, very cool. Old naughty race, etc. No, talking sets cool. A lot of intelligent people have a blind spot when it comes to their indoctrination. Yes, like mine with Marvel Comics. Ask my boyfriend if he really thinks Muhammad split the moon. He effing does. Fair enough. Charge him. Who owns the moon? Dr. Manhattan, I think. Didn't he live there for ages? Yeah. Right. Pastor Linguini. Pastor Linguini was my local pastor, and most of his sermons were delicious. Is Will al dente? Just a sticker, or is it just a bush? Flooding today was crazy. It sucks. Me, here's you. Sorry, Jack Chan fan. Love it. Alfred ran out of puff. He was a butler after all. He was. And he was very old. So, yeah. Tasmanian Devil cares about it. He can't understand a word he says, but he does. I know. Hey, my mum bakes cakes. Yes, I know you live in Adelaide. Good to see you. Thank you for swinging by. Very, very cool. And I did get your email too, and I'm sorry I haven't replied, but I will. I will. But I love the Tassie Devil from Looney Tunes. I had they put a bunch of shirts back in the day. Back in the day, I've got to stop saying that. I'm not ancient. I'm in my 40s, but I'm not ancient. All the US sports teams like the LA Raiders and the White Sox, and they had all the Marvel characters. So I had a T-shirt that was like Bugs Bunny and Tasmanian Devil wearing Raiders gear. It was very, very cool. It wasn't cool. Adelaide is flat. It is. It is. Well, it measures flat. It is curved. So from my place, I can get to the beach, and I really, really want to do this. I'm going to start doing it. I just need to get a smartphone adapter for my telescope because I live right near a shipping lane. And wouldn't you know it, nearly every day or every other day, giant container ships head into port and head out of port. But the weird thing is you can't see the bottom of them. And sometimes all you can see is like the bridge of the ship and the lights, but the rest of the ship is missing. And I don't know why that is. So I'm thinking if I get a bunch of video and pictures of the parts of ships that I can see from the beach, given that I'll have all the weather conditions and viewer heights and all the details I need to be able to calculate things like refraction and what that should be and what the globe predicts for it versus what flat Earth predicts, because I'm sure they've got all the maths ready to help me out. Between that and like me working with the flat Earth, we can figure out why I can't see all of the ships over the horizon, like why there's something in the way, especially on days that we're having at the moment where the water is dead calm and there's no waves that could be obstructing them. Yeah. So anyway, that's the thing. You should do some reaction videos to American hurricanes. I can't bring myself to say hurricane. It's true. My reaction to any hurricanes or cyclones is, in hell, that sucks. So it probably wouldn't make a very good video. No one believes it's real. We've seen the illustrations, CGI. Kangaroos are fake. They are fake. As if you'd have a pouch. If anyone was going to have a pouch, it'd be humans. We would have evolved one. South Australian, home of the serial killers. Nice. I mean, we have other things like we have serial killers. Yeah. Smashed into Morton Island. Yeah, took all its energy. Lived and worked on Morton many years ago. Great spot. Yeah, I would not want to be there during a cyclone. I just missed one up in Cairns, or one missed us. I was living in Cairns. It was probably not the last one, but the one before that smashed far north Queensland. I was up in Cairns for that one, and it was heading straight for us as like a Cat 3. And then like it just veered off, and we were like, "Ooh, we dodged a bullet!" And then it went down and smashed Townsville and everything below it, and I felt really guilty, but also happy that my stuff didn't get destroyed. Had a co-worker once that claimed to be from Australia, but she also says she'd been to Antarctica to count penguins. Oh my God. Australia doesn't exist. You can't go to Antarctica because of the Antarctic Treaty and all the penguins are armed, so they wouldn't let you count them. Oh, that co-worker was an idiot, Charles Arnold. Tassie devil is sadly a very endangered species. There's a thing called the devil facial tumor disease. Yes, and they're not cute. They're vicious little buggers, but they don't spin around, and they're not as awesome as the Looney Tunes Tasmanian devil. But they are very endangered, and it's very, very sad. No need to wait 5 minutes if the intro is correct. And soon, anyway, the intro was not correct at all, and I'm losing connection things. What's going on? Let me check stream health. Is it all right? I think we're good. Stream settings, stream health. Says excellent. I'm going to go with excellent. Right, I'm going to try and speed up here. If it goes fully extinct, the threat of Tasmania either consists of battle accident. Yep, feral cats are a big problem down there. I've never actually been to Tasmania. What's depleting the devils? Angels. Never ending war. Got to buy the deviled eggs to help the devils. Yes. A lot of trees down, power outage, north side of Brisbane. Which will piss off. Yeah, he'll get out of there. He will. It just because it's so slow moving, Daryl. That's the problem, hey. Because he slowed right down. It's like the worst tornado. Oh, the tornado. Hanging around with you Americans, it's strained too much. Worst cyclone is what I want to say. Respective vanishing point and water mountains. Damn water mountains. It's tornadoes. That's why I said it, because I read your comment, mate. Damn it. We had Bad Boy Bubby. Yes. My music teacher was in that. There's a scene with a band, and the drummer in that band was my music teacher in like year 8 of high school, 8th grade for America. I don't know what the equivalent is in America. The only ones who do like 8th grade, blah, blah, sophomore, freshman, don't understand it, don't care. Bad Boy Bubby. I haven't actually seen the movie because I hear it's messed up. Can't kiss the devils anymore. No, you're much better off with the devils, you know, sir. Live in effing Queensland. See what I did there? Yes, cyclones. Not a great thing if you have planes in place. Yeah, I was running an office up in Cairns, and when I started working there, it freaked me out to have to like pull out and rework the disaster response folder. But when that cyclone was approaching, it came in very, very handy to enact all of the plans and contact with all the authorities and get everything in line and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, people still believe Tassie Tiger is still alive. Yeah, it's not. They're all gone. I'm nearly caught up. Oh, my God. Illusion's going to pop. So, yay. 8th, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Okay. I'm not going to remember that. And even if I do remember it, I'm going to pretend not to, just to be facetious. But thank you, man. Charles Arnold lives in Oklahoma City. Tornadoes on it. No, they would not be a joke there. And I would not joke about them. L's to the no. Although, no, I'm not going to. I might be tempted to joke about them, but I'm not going to, sir. Mark's got to go. I'm going to go as well. Hot lunch date with Mrs. Always Right. Damn right. And you can't miss those lunches. Look forward to the Timo content. Sounds like it could be a bit messy. Yes. Thank you for swinging by, Mark. Much appreciated. A line from Bad Boy Bubba. Got it. Now I understand. I don't understand the reference because I haven't seen the movie, but you said the thing. Charles, you are not the only non-Aussie in chat. And Cedric Beardman, opinion on American political situation. Right. I heard they had an election a little while ago, and I seem to recall something about a result from that election. And in my head, I have a vague recollection of me deciding that American politics just doesn't exist for the next 4 years. So that's where I'm at with that. Because I've been on this ride before and I didn't like it. So I'm sitting this one out. That's my thing. Owlman, I guess more streams to come, but the question is at what time? Yeah, I'll circle back around to that. Nobody's in Aussie. Australia doesn't exist. Shut up, man. I can't keep telling them the secret. Get tornadoes in the lower half WA. Most of you have cyclones. Yes. You guys don't get hit that often in WA, though. But when you do, you really get hit. Timo is German and in Ireland. So, yep. That makes perfect sense. Tyson Dog, I play guitar. Have you heard of Australian guitar company Artist Guitars? Have I heard of Artist Guitars? see. There you go. Artist Guitars headstock. And this is my little strap copy with Deadpool stickers in it. It's gorgeous and it plays like an absolute freaking dream. And it was cheap as hell. They ship overseas. If you play guitar and you want to spend like under $300 in any currency on a really good quality instrument, might need a setup when you get it, but that's about it. Artist Guitars. They're based in Sydney. All their stuff's made, I'm pretty sure, in Indonesia. And yeah, highly, highly recommend them. Let me just put this back away. At some point, I will figure out how to run some of my guitar rig into the computer so I can just sit here and noodle and talk shit. Where we are, wish I could sit it out. You totally can, Megan. Just like come to Australia. We don't care. Although we're having an election this year, so Australian politics might not exist for me for the next 4 years as well. I'm just not going to do politics. So far, worked pretty well for me. Oh, where are we at? I should really know about the other land sometime. I mean, Dirk has been telling people for years and nobody buys it. The extra lands. I love when he shows his extra lands map that like these are the known lands. Or this is the known space, and then here is the outer lands or the outer space, and one of them's labeled the mermaid lands. Fucking mermaid lands. Like, dude, do you even look at this stuff before you drop it in your stupid PowerPoint? It says mermaids on it. And mermaids. Something to do with sheep. Behave yourselves. Do make good budget gear. Have to yeah, and Tyson, I can recommend. What the hell is it called? One second. The Python compressor that they have on offer. Very, very cool pedal. And the Vision multi effects because it has an outstanding tremolo on it. There you go. Free tippies. I'm getting warm because I turned off my air conditioner and I shouldn't have. It is like 1,000 degrees in here at the moment. Charles doesn't talk politics, too depressing. See, Charles, this is why I like you. You get it. You absolutely get it. West Britain, also called Dublin. Isn't sheep their currency? Only when trading land, weirdly. At all other times, the main currency is koalas. Yeah. My koala payday is on Thursday. Problem is they've got really big claws, but they're also super sleepy because all they do is eat eucalyptus leaves. So koalas are actually just baked AF all the time. They are living the dream. And generally, they're not as soft as you think they would be. They're quite wiry in terms of their fur. So to ruin that for everybody, but yeah. Here we go. The time music was stuff with his bar. Illusion, are you sure you're not Lord Luminous Poo in disguise? Because that joke was pretty bad. The drop bears, yes, the drop bears. Oh, we could do a whole stream. Oh, now I know what to do. When me and Mike and I have been trying to get like a stream together for a month and a bit, pretty much since I started making content. And he's wanting to do a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch stream, and I would love to do a stream about drop bears. That is the angle, a drop bear stream. That would be amazing. They look wiry. They do, but they're more shifty. Can't trust koalas. Absolutely can't. They will rip your throat out without a second thought as soon as they sober up, which will be never. So, yeah. This is in. Welcome, Mr. Cat, sir. Thanks for swinging by. Good to see you. Nice to see you. To see you nice. Awesome stuff. Very much appreciated. I hope you're well. I hope you are in weekend mode. And very much enjoyed your interview with Signor Dufy yesterday, last night. I can't do time zones. I just nope. I can't do the conversions in my head. I've got too much crap going on. But it was a really good chat, and I was getting really frustrated. And I think Will and yourself might have been well with a lot of what was going on in the chat. But I am looking forward to the follow-up thing as well. That let's talk about Will Duffy. Want to see what comes out of that. But Professor Parks really had his knickers in a twist in that chat. He really, really did. Oh my word. Like the movies, but never the comics. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Nuts Mighty like BT. Very cool. Just got a Behringer B amp pedal. Yep. Way more than I can. All yours as well pedal. Nice one. Tyson, the artist tweed amp as well. Wow. Outstanding. And I've got a little VHT Redline amp, which if you're into blues at all, can highly recommend. It's just like a little 20-watt thing, but I'm running it through a big VHT closed back 12-inch cab. It's awesome. Can't even hit 100 decibels with it, so it's quiet. I can't jam with it or anything, but it sounds lovely. It's very cool. We're talking guitar stuff. Sorry, everybody. Just talk amongst yourselves while I geek out with Tyson talking over here. I popped up. I mean, I can retire now. My stupid test stream popped up on Culture Cat's home screen when he opened YouTube. I'm done. That's it. The only way to top that is if like CoffeeZilla comes in and he's like, "Hey, I need your help. Can you edit this video for me?" And I'd be like, "No, I don't even know you, man. I've never even spoken before. You just want me to do stuff for you, CoffeeZilla? You, buddy." How that chat would go. It absolutely wouldn't. I'd wet my pants, say yes, and then freak out and put too much pressure on myself to do a really good job. That's a fix the algorithm. About time. Karen in HR is the worst. Absolutely. I can't even shill and get all the super chats in or pimp out memberships or anything tonight because Karen sucks. She hasn't organized it. She's not even supposed to have weekends off because she keeps swapping shifts with Brenda. So Karen's supposed to be working this weekend, but she's not. It's what do you mean? Yeah, that'll get his attention. No, because it'll only get his attention if it's a pump and dump and a rug pull. And I don't even understand crypto, so I couldn't get that far. I don't think, apparently, even Dave Weiss couldn't run his crypto scam properly because he hasn't made enough money from it. That is hilarious. Somehow, Timo had been unsubbed from my channel for the 4th time. I mean, I do keep blocking you, Timo, but you just keep making more accounts. So, guess I just have to block you again. I'm going to get RSI. Potato coin. Kepler. The golden and entirely undelicious coin is what it'll be. Hope they get rid of Barb in HR. Well, I think Barb retired. So, but the problem with Barb retiring is like, yeah, she was terrible, but she was better than Karen. Brenda's all right. Like, I've got no issue with Brenda, but Karen is the absolute worst. And Barb was the only one keeping her in check. So without Barb in HR, now we've got Karen, Brenda, and the new guy, Greg. And Greg, it's like he's clueless. He's new. He doesn't know all the ins and outs. So it's going to be like months before all the NASA admin stuff is sorted. And don't even get me started with what's going on over at Tupperware, because that organization is an absolute shit show. No more guitar stuff this stream. We will do, once I've got memberships up and running, we'll do like a members only guitar stream. I won't play at all, but we'll just talk guitar shit. Because Cats, I know you've got guitars, Mike's got an acoustic, other people around the traps have got gear. Cats was watching the stream 20 minutes behind. Wonder why comments didn't match what was being said. I did that the other day. I think it was on Toon Stream. I was like 15 minutes behind and had no idea. And I was like, geez, Mike's being really rude today. What is going on? He wasn't. I'm just an idiot. 76 million a day, and Karen can't even get your super chat sorted. Exactly. And what do they spend it on? Landers that fall over on the moon. Oh, sorry, landers that fall over on the moon. Ugh, ridiculous. The props I build stay upright. That's all I'm saying. Chewing machines, whatever. This is non-alcoholic, by the way. This is Bickford's lemon drink mix and water. Is all I've got going on there. Right, I'm going to have mermaid healthcare. Yes, from the mermaid lands, where all the best doctors. We've got to go over that mop. We've got to go over the mop at some point, but also that map that has the mermaid lands on it. We could have hours of fun with that. HR are wonderful people. Had a recommendation from a doctor. HR decided ergonomics needs to help me, and now I have a screenwriter to help with ADHD and ASD somehow. Does that mean you've got like buttons to press? Because that'll be the thing too, mate. If you've got more buttons to fiddle with, and like screen goes up, screen goes down, screen goes up, screen goes down. Boom. You can kiss your productivity goodbye, but more buttons. Yeah. That's why I can't have a sit-stand desk, because I'd be in meetings and I'd just be having it like doing that the whole time to see who noticed. I've got a bit of a reputation for constantly, I haven't done it so much the last 18 months or so, but I would change my like Microsoft Teams background depending on the vibe of the meeting or what it was about. So if I was annoyed about something, my background would be the Emperor's throne room from Return of the Jedi on the Death Star, the second Death Star. If it was going to be a fun meeting, the background would be something to do with Deadpool. If it was like an official boss type meeting, it would be the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. And then sometimes it would be the statue of Bart from Wakanda and seeing the. Yeah. Anyway, backgrounds, everything, minutes of fun, legit. Just a block of aluminium. That's heaps less fun. But still, I remember Ren and Stimpy advertising log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's better than bad, it's good. You can have fun with log, you can have fun with a block of aluminium. Why the hell not? Right. So some do pull sex faces when played. That's very true, Tyson Dog. I'm not one of them. I get my concentrating face on. Concentrate really hard. Playing scales that I should know very, very well by now. But I don't, and I still press the strings too hard after 20 plus years. Die. Right. I'm going to have another crack at playing this thing and reducing the volume. So if you weren't here earlier in the stream, Cats, I'm looking at you. I made this afternoon on today. So I got the song happening last night, cut the video today. I think it's pretty cool. The song is called Dirty Money. And then in brackets, I'll type it in the chat because it's easier. So it's called Dirty Money, and in brackets, FFED. there you go. Dirty Money, FFED. The FFED stands for Fuck Flat Earth Day. I'll tweak the volume down. Hopefully it doesn't store. I apologize if it's crap. If it is, if anybody knows how to fix it, let me know. I'm just going to run this now, and then I'll come back and wrap things up. Here we freaking go.
Yeah. Let's talk a fourth call every month. It's scary. He's a black adult. There's a man selling lies and his name is Dirt. He's a liar and a scammer. He's just the worst. Human conspiracy says Earth is flat, while his beliefs are data. What's up with that? Dirty money flooding in real fast. Gotta keep grifting, talks out of his ass. Truth don't matter if the app cash flows. Another day, another sucker, man, that's how it goes. Download my app, yeah, he swears it's great, but it leaks like a scythe. Check your doors and gates, selling snake oil wisdom and shitty memes. But if you question him, he's running from the scene. Oh, D money on a bed of lies. Jury called him out, so he just cut ties. He's cool if the world knows where you live. He don't care about you, zero fucks to give. He's got his mouth all twisted, claims NASA's fake, but showing real physics. Hey, he's the brakes. Don't ask for facts, don't check his math. Just give him your wallet, buy me walk this path. He says, trust me, bro, my app is fine, but there's unhashed passwords, damn, what a fine. He ain't sharing secrets, all his dirt is lame. A con man, douchebag, just playing the game. Oh, dirty money built on fear and doubt. He's just selling you nonsense and cashing out. Truth don't matter, don't ask him why. Flat Earth's just a business, he's milking the lie. Flat Earth app, though it uses the globe. Seriously, don't download it, but if you already did, your data is already leaked. Get a refund and leave that shit. What the fuck, dude? Pull it. Don't download Dirt's app, don't believe a word he says. Dirt is a scammer. Love the Dave is a grifter. He's lying to you, screw Dirt, screw this guy. Hope he gets sued into oblivion to sucks. Fuck you, Dirt, and fuck your app. Data looking, con man, grifting, asshole. Potato looking, con man, grifting, asshole. Potato looking con man, grifting asshole. Potato looking con man, grifting asshole.
Mic was muted. Ah, epic. What was I using to not have to use a block you? It was on Suno, actually. Good old Suno. But I'm not paying for Suno, so I only get to use model 3.5, not model 4. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. There are a couple of other versions that were better. But as I was talking about earlier, it struggles to say dearth, doesn't like it, really struggled with dirty, and there was another word that was weird that it didn't like, and I can't remember which one. I may recut that. I won't recut the whole video, but I do want to get like the lyrics on the screen. I just couldn't be bothered dealing with it because the little sections where I've got the lyrics there took forever because of my automatic script. Can't deal with rapping for some reason. Pain in the ass. Anyway, right. I've been going for nearly 2 hours, and this is going to be a 1 hour test stream, and most of it has just been me talking shit. So I think I am going to wrap it up, folks. But thank you all for hanging out. Again, this one is going to get buried into the back room, into the NASA archives, with all the original footage of the dress rehearsals and whatnot of the moon landings. So yeah, it may be available once channel memberships and stuff are up. Whatever, words is hard. It will live there. It's not going to disappear forever, but I'm not going to put it out there just because, yeah, this was a test stream. But everything worked. which is very, very cool. It's just the audio volume, audio levels could be a thing, and I might need to invest in a mixer or something at some point. Who the hell knows? I definitely need better computers because my poor GPU, not even the GPU, it's the rest of the machine, which is ancient. It is not happy at all with the current state of play. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming in and having a look and hanging out and a bit of a laugh. I really, really appreciate it, especially Timo and Katz. You guys are epic, and I love your work. So you will drop in is awesome. And as Mike has said in the past, I will repeat that now. Seeing some of your names in the chat for a stream that I'm doing, for me, it's like hanging out with celebrities, and I'm not even joking because I see you guys all over the place. It kind of suggests we're all sad, lonely people that need a life, but that's not what I'm saying. It's true, but that's not what I'm saying. Like, I see you guys around with MC Tune, with Craig, with Mike, with Katz, with Dave McKeegan and Globy, and all over the shop. And you guys are great in all of those chats for keeping things moving and dealing with flirts and dealing with numpties and everything else. So to see you guys in here hanging out with me, it's awesome and epic. So yeah, that's very cool. And it's given me a little bit of a buzz, which I need because non-alcoholic. But yeah, awesome stuff. Thank you all. I don't know when my next video will be out on the channel. I'm hoping this week, but I'm struggling to find the right angle for what I want to do, and I need to get it run by someone else first, not for permission, but just fact checking, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and making sure I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. So keep an eye out for it. It'll be another Dearth video, and that's all I'm going to say. And that music video will go either at the beginning or the end because I think it's cool and funny, and it says "fuck you, Dearth," and I think that's brilliant. I'm going to leave it there. I will play some tunage for you. I'll play another song that I created all by my own some. I just need to find it, which doesn't have a music video yet. I am working on it, but I want to animate it. And animating, if you saw Wits at the Platypus, and if you haven't seen it, give yourself an uppercut because it's awesome. If you've seen Wits at the Platypus, I can assure you that animating something like that is a total pain in the balls. But I want to animate the music video for this one. And yeah, I haven't started building the rigs or anything else I need for it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Where are you, you dirty son of a... Why haven't I put everything in a folder? Oh, what a ball bag. Right. Here we go. If you hear this... Okay. And then I need to set up the thing. Okay. There'll be nothing happening, but I'll get the music going. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for hanging out. This has been fun as hell. There will be more streams coming up. I just need to figure out the time. So weeknights around this time are best for me, like 6:30 to 8:30 or 10:30 at night, something like that. I may only stream on weekend because that'll suit the US folks and kind of best of both worlds because most of you are in the US and the UK, you weirdos. I'll figure it out. It's all good. We'll talk about it. All right? We'll communicate. What adults do, and that's how we all get better as humans, by communicating, sharing thoughts, sharing feelings, sharing ideas. Open, honest communication and dialogue is what we're about here, and that's why that song includes lines "fuck you, Dearth" and "fuck you, rap." It's open, it's honest, and I mean every word of it. Right. Here's the ending screen, and I'll play the song underneath it as soon as I figure out how. I will see you guys around the traps tomorrow. I may even do a proper stream tomorrow. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I absolutely will. We're streaming tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. I'll see you lot then. Figure out when that's going to happen. It'll be about 9:30, 10 a.m. my time. You do the math because I'm too dumb. I'll see you guys then. Here's the ending screen. I'll get the music happening. Love you guts. Till next time, I shall see you next time. Be good. If you can't be good, don't get caught.
Juice box king, stay hydrated. Debates getting heated, tensions on the rise. Nico's feeling parched, panic in his eyes. Words start slipping, claims going south. Only one solution, juice box in his mouth. Sip, gulp, chug it down. Brain in a spiral, can't rebound. Straw locked in, lips engaged. Facts too dry, juice cascades. Juice box king, hydration's key. When logic runs dry, grab vitamin C. Juice box king, sipping on the go. No rebuttals, just that citrus flow. Moon's too bright, it's a government scheme. NASA beams images, sure in a dream. But wait, his throat gets dry as a bone. Time for the juice, gotta chug it alone. Sip, gulp, chug it down. Debates in flames, can't be found. Straw locked in, mind disengaged. When the truth hits, juice rampage. Juice box king, hydration's key. When logic runs dry, grab vitamin C. Juice box king, sipping on the go. No rebuttals, just that citrus flow. Juice to the left, sip. Juice to the right, Nico in trouble, straw takes flight. Refill that box, stay in the fight. When the facts are too dry and your points don't land, there's always a juice box right there in your hand. Sip away, don't be shy. Just don't choke when the truth rolls by. Juice box king! Juice box king, stay hydrated. Debates getting heated, tensions on the rise.